25K would be a very pivotal level. That's where I've said I would start shorting Bitcoin if it gets up there. With my members, I have a long on Bitcoin we're still holding. That would be where I would exit that and flip it into a short.
Social media is all over the place on crypto and Bitcoin. Some people are excited as they haven't been in the last 12 months, saying this is where Bitcoin finally explodes. And we can see people like CZ, the Binance CEO, tweeting about the pump. On the other side of the scale, we have people taking this information with a grain of salt, knowing that we may still expect more downside in 2023. Gareth Soloway, who's also been saying the crypto bear market is not over, even though there are massive opportunities in Bitcoin incoming. In today's video, Gareth will explain how long he's holding buying positions on Bitcoin and what would make him change his bias and go short. So pay close attention so you can also catch some of these trades and profit from these weird times. Let's start with the S&P outlook.
So I think for me, when it comes to the S&P 500, and the S&P 500 absolutely closed above that key level. But number one, you haven't confirmed it yet. And number two, for me to really be bullish, I need to know that the Fed is starting to lower rates, right? This market has been this addicted market to low rates, free money, printing money. And right now, yes, the Fed is probably only going to raise 25 basis points on February 1st. But they're not lowering it for the foreseeable future. So this chart of the S&P 500 or the spiders, you can absolutely see you closed above that. Now, again, the market has a history in bear markets of getting the majority of people to become bullish and then ripping it off and taking it back to the downside. So number one, a close above is good, but it's not a confirmed breakout yet. We would need a secondary close above the high of yesterday to confirm that. Yeah, so the way the confirmation signal works is one close above can be a fake out. Institutions do this all the time. They lure people in, they close it above, everyone gets bullish. The real telltale signal for me is when you close above that high here. So that's one of the signals I look for. Now, keep in mind, if we close back below the line, then it resets again. So if we don't confirm before closing back below the line, then you have to start from ground zero again at that point. But right now, if we were to close today above this high, then this would be a confirmed breakout on the S&P 500.
So what's Gareth's opinion on Bitcoin, and what levels should you be looking at to decide to go long or short?
Bitcoin here, you came up to the FTX pre-high right here. You consolidated, then you broke out. You're now consolidating again. As long as this pattern continues, there's upside to 25,000 in the near term. Having said that, that's still a powerful low pivot here and a high pivot of this. And for me, at least, when I zoom out on the chart, I would still be in the camp that we're still in a bear market in crypto until we see something else. So again, 25K would be a very pivotal level. That's where I've said I would start shorting Bitcoin if it gets up there. With my members, I have a long on Bitcoin we're still holding. That would be where I would exit that and flip it into a short. So to me, a major level would be this one. And if you look over here where the bull market really took off in 2021 and we had the M top here, this area right here is going to be unbelievably important right here. So to me, kind of it's right around the 30,000 level. We start trading above the 30,000 level, then you can't deny that we've now entered into this kind of this area where we had that M top back in 2021. We've gotten back above these lows here, which was that little midpoint. That would be where I would say, okay, now to me, at least the charts are telling me that this could be a low down here that's a lasting low.
And this is why Gareth still believes this is probably a bull trap to catch investors before Bitcoin melts again to the 9,000 prices.
Yeah, so the bear case until proven otherwise, according to the charts, is still that you're still looking at 12 to 13,000 as your next downside, with a worst case kind of in that 9 to 10,000 range. Yeah, and you're right. So, I mean, there's two possibilities. One is a black swan event like an FTX that is bigger, a Binance. I'm not necessarily leaning in that direction. The other factor, and in fact, there's three. The other factor would be that there is some sort of regulatory kind of rollout that is very scary to crypto markets, and maybe it kills a lot of the alts. We'll have to see about that. I'm hopeful that I think regulation will be a positive for the industry, but there's always a risk, right? When you're dealing with politicians, there's always going to be a risk that something crazy comes out of it. And the last thing for me, and this is the most likely scenario if Bitcoin's going to go lower, is that it's going to be a risk-off panic, meaning that for me, I'm looking at a recession occurring in the second half of this year. The investing public will look to the Fed to bail us out with printing money and dropping interest rates. And ultimately, I think the Fed's going to say, nope, sorry, inflation's too high, and the markets are going to freak out. I have a downside risk of about 25% further drop in the S&P 500. And then if that happens, I mean, if the S&P is dropping 25%, ask yourself, well, where does Bitcoin go during that?
Did you enjoy this video? Want to see more? Let us know in the comments below, and please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks.